Hello, everybody. Welcome back to No Review Playthrough with Ryan and Danny. Today we are playing the new expansion, whatever standalone game for Smash Up. For us, it's an expansion. As you know, we've had quite a few of these over the years. The last one was Marvel about a year ago. And I put this off, but Danny said she wanted to give it a go, and one of our comments in our last video said we should try it. I just didn't want a repeat of other factions with Disney princesses on them, so we played a practice game yesterday, and I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of cool things to do. So I'm going to do Wreck-It Ralph and Big Hero 6. Danny, you have?
I got Nightmare Before Christmas and Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. So just a couple things if you are interested in this. It does come now. Grab our old. So here's what I made years ago off of BBG. I printed these off and laminated them. You can see they're almost exactly the same. So I don't know if Disney or whoever made this copied them or what, but they're not. These ones aren't quite as thick, but we've been trying them out. They did include two arrow markers, one to move this up, but I didn't like these. We've always used these little. I think I got these. These are Plant versus Zombies board game. Yeah. But this is kind of nice. This is to tell you where the break point is. It's not necessary, but it is kind of nice to see, especially if that changes. You need to increase it. Yesterday, we had to decrease it, so it's kind of cool. And then I'm pretty sure with all of our expansions, we've never had point markers and power-ups on the same side.
Yeah.
I don't think the Marvel one. I think I would have noticed if I had done that. So we've traded all of ours in their 1 point or 1 victory point or 1 power-up. So that's kind of nice. We just use these for power-ups anyways, but that's kind of a nice change for that. And then this does come with 8 factions, not expansions, 8 factions. So you could just buy this and have quite a bit of game in one box. And it'll be interesting to see how these mix and match with some of the other random factions that we have with Marvel and so forth in the future. We are playing with all Disney stuff, so all the bases relate to Disney. We haven't really mixed too much up yet. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll obviously play all mine over here, and Danny can play all of hers over there. I guess I will let you go first.
Okay.
I'm going to win anyway, so I'll give you a head start.
Okay.
Did I lose yesterday by 1 point? I lost
you did.
yesterday by 1 point, yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I placed these out. On your turn, you may move one of your characters to or from the space. For that one, the Sultan's Palace. The first time you play a character here, each turn you can draw a card. That's nice. And Arendelle, after you play a character here, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, draw one, place the other in your discard. Okay.
All right. So first, I don't know where I want to go just yet. I'm going to the power strip with the mayor of Halloween Town. He's got 3. And then I'm going, if you control a character modifier here, your characters have +1 power, but I don't yet.
Okay.
So, but I do have a base modifier, so it doesn't count. But
Okay.
be our guest. If I have discarded a card from my hand this turn, draw a card. So that'll be good with my.
Oh yeah. Okay.
my
And aren't you supposed to
objects.
be our guest? That's how you're supposed to play it.
Sorry.
That's how you're supposed to play it. Yeah.
I'll remember next time.
Got to be an enthusiastic guest. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So the only trouble is I found with 2 players and 3 bases is we don't compete a lot for different bases.
Yeah.
We just kind of go to 1 base. I've tried 2 bases. That kind of helps, but we'll go with the 3 that we were supposed to have technically. So after you play, so you only have 3 power, so you haven't got a big place there. Now I have to say there are a lot of these cards, especially not Big Hero 6. Well, yeah, both the Big Hero 6 and Wreck-It Ralph have a lot of talents, meaning you can do something once per turn. I probably forget a lot. Don't be mad on the internet. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking to see what my actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and all right, we'll go ahead and play hero. I'll go ahead and start competing here, I guess. Hero for a +3, so a total of 6. Talent, place a +1 counter on a character here, or move any number of power counters from one of your characters to another. I don't need to do that, so I'm going to go ahead. You know what? No, I'm putting him here. I'm going to go for the card draw. So once first character per turn, draw a card. I'll do that. All right, so I used his talent to do that, so that gives me a 4 power here. And action. Well, that's interesting. Okay. So do I want to do... I actually don't have a lot of actions. Okay, I think what I will do then is I'll play upgrades. Place a total of 2 +1 counters on your character, so basically I could give hero... Get out of there. Wrong flag. So I'm just going to bump him up 2.
3 or 6.
Well, to a total of 6.
Yeah.
I'm bumping up 2 more. Play an extra action. So I'm going to... that seems kind of dumb to do this, but... yeah, it seems kind of redundant, but I'm going to do this. Base modifier. If there are 4 more characters here, destroy this card, or the talent is name a faction. Move all characters of that faction to here. So I'll move your Nightmare to there. Okay. The base modifier will stay.
Oh, modifier. Okay.
Because it's not a character, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so base modifier, so we plus that by 3 up to 9. So if we get 4 characters, that goes away. It just means I can't. So as long as this is here, I can pull your Nightmare faction. I can't change that. Well, it just says name a faction. So every turn I guess I could change that. Okay, I'll be done and draw my card.
Right.
Draw my cards.
Well, it doesn't really change my plan at all, so.
Okay.
Whatever. I play Lock, Shock, and Barrel. That's another 3.
Okay.
3.
Yeah, 12.
And for this base scores, you may play a character modifier on a character here as an extra action. I don't need to do that. So, as my action, I do a character modifier.
Okay, well, you get a card draw.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah. After the first time you play a character, each turn draw a card.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this character modifier on the mayor. And if I control this character, immediately destroy the card. And play an extra character of power 3 or less.
And then isn't that the one you return to your hand? I thought there was one you could return.
There is one. But
okay, it's not that.
I just destroy it. And then I play a character of 3 or less.
Okay, so another 2 to 14.
Townfolk. And reveal the top 3 of my deck.
Don't you want to keep that modifier on that guy, though? Oh, you can't if it's your character, because that guy gets bonuses if he had a character modifier. But that one you just played, you can't keep on him. Okay.
And then I draw one, or if I draw one, if it's a character modifier. And I put the rest on the top or bottom.
Okay.
And none of them are. So I'll just put them back there.
Okay.
I think that's it. To do my character.
Yeah.
And then my action.
And then your
to play the
action
character.
to let you play an extra. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have 4 characters here, so this goes away. As soon as you played that one, I should have done that, but that's okay. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and play from Big Hero 6. A +2, 1, 2. Microbot Swarm, place a Microbot Swarm from your discard pile into your hand. I can't do that. Talent, place a power counter on this card. So we go 1 more. We need 1 more to finish the base. To break it. Oh, sweet. Okay. How much power do you have? 6, 8.
Yeah, 8.
And I have 6, 9. So I'm winning, but it's not destroyed. So If I give you a chance to add more, you're going to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Then we're going to play Control Mask for my action. Character modifier. So place on a non-Microbot Swarm character. Search your deck for a Microbot Swarm character. There.
It's kind of like your groupies.
Yeah, it's like the groupies that I love, yeah. Draw and shuffle your deck. Talent, play a Microbot Swarm as an extra character or move any number of Microbot Swarms from here to here or from here. So I can move them around. I'm going to play it, which will break. So I already had enough power, but it wasn't going to break until your turn, and so there was a chance that you would have overpowered me on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all broke. So we put everything in the discard. And put my Microbots off to the side because they will be coming back. I get 3 points. And you get your 2. All right, we'll reset and we'll draw a random base. All right, Agrabah Bazaar. Once you're on your turn, you may discard an action here to place up to 2 power counters total on your characters. And that is a 22 level base. Okay, I'll draw my 2. Go ahead.
All right. I have too many things I can play. I guess. Just want him to do that.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll put the beast down.
Okay.
4. And he gets a +1 power counter if Belle is here. And discard a card, and his talent is to discard a card to place a +1 power counter on his card.
Okay. So you could get a bonus. This base lets you discard to get 2 counters, and if you do that, you could get up to 3 counters. Wow.
I don't know if I. Normally, if I discarded 1, would they both work?
Yeah, I would say they both work.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have to do 1 for each.
I would. I could be wrong. It just because this says talent discard a card, and this just says on your turn you may discard an action card. I would say it does both.
Okay.
We'll play it that way. Somebody will tell us.
Yeah.
I wonder if the book. Where did I put the? Go ahead if you want.
Yeah. So I'll just discard the petals of the rose.
See if they say anything in the clarifications by any chance. Okay, there's nothing on the beast card because that's pretty obvious. What's the card called? The Bazaar. Yeah, it's not in here either. I could see it go either way. Because I guess you could word it if you discarded a card on your turn. So in this, it kind of does imply that you might have to do 2, but yeah. I'll let you. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna do Christmas Will Be Ours. I'm gonna look at another player's hand, and I may play an action there, or in your hand as an extra action.
Okay, well, I've got tons of characters. Those are the only 2.
Only actions.
Okay. The actions I have, yeah. I mean, you can obviously look and see if, Wreck-It Ralph's there, Wasabi. There's a couple things that are there. I guess that gives you that information as well. It's probably more or less just to see that I'm not hiding any actions.
And then I just...
I think when you played it yesterday.
I think I can just play it as if it was me.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll do the Microbot Maker. So he plays a +1 power counter on each of my characters here. It's only 1, but he's +3.
Okay. So he's actually up to total. I thought you had done this already. He's up to a 7 now.
So, and then that card just goes back to your hands.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, again, it just seems like we're going to be fighting over one base at a time unless we end up shifting things. So.
Yeah.
You've got a good head start there. What is this base mod? If you play a character, you draw a card.
Or if I've discarded a card from my hand
Oh.
this turn, I draw.
Okay. So that would have definitely see the difference how that's worded.
Yeah.
If you have discarded, so I would say maybe you wouldn't have gotten. That's okay. Do you see the difference of the wording?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see where your card this because this was a base modifier that might just stay out then.
Oh.
Maybe. You may play an action there, or in your hand as an extra action.
It says it goes back to your hand.
If it's owned by another player, return at the end of the turn, no matter where it is, except the box.
Go back to your hand.
Okay. Well, you could have also then used the talent on it. I would say it would give him even one more. Yeah. Because it says place a one counter on each of your characters, which you did, and then talent. You could have done that before it comes back to me.
I'll take as much as I can get.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So at the most, I guess you would have had 2 extra counters because of the bazaar. Okay. All right. So if I'm gonna, I really don't want you to get that one because it's a big 4-pointer. All right. So let's do Wreck-It Ralph for 5. So we go up to 12. Talent, play a base modifier here as an extra action. So I'll do the Microbot Maker like you played. Place a +1 counter on each of your characters here. Talent, place a character on here. All right, so play that as an extra action. So I have one more action if I want. Okay, I'm going to do the bases action. I don't really like this action, so I'm going to discard and add up to 2 so I can get total of 4 there. So I've got 8, 9. So I just added. I've got 9. What did you have?
That is
11. 9 plus 11 is what, 20?
Yeah.
8, 9. And then you have 11.
Or with my 1
7. Oh, 7. You have 8.
I thought you meant like
1,
all together.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay. So 17. Okay. All right. I still have an extra action, but actually I am out of action, so I'll have to stop. Okay. Go ahead.
I got a big turn.
Okay.
Lots of cards.
Oh, you got 4 cards in hand. Okay.
Okay. So first I'm gonna play Sally. She's got
Dang.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. 1 away.
So that means I can play a character modifier as an extra action. I can put Oogie Boogie.
Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph.
So you may move this character to another base. This character has 0 power, and its abilities are canceled. So I'm just going to take these off. Got all these teeny ones in here in the big box. Okay. Destroy this card if another character here has 5 power or more.
So I guess it's
Uh,
it would go away after because of the beast, but then that means you wouldn't have your counters anymore after.
You may move. Okay, so you may move this character to another base. So what I would do is just push him off.
Yeah. Instead of
Push him off. Ongoing, this character has a power 0 and its abilities are canceled. So if I can play somebody, I'll destroy this card if another character here. Okay, so Wreck-It Ralph has 5, but it says another character.
Yeah.
All right, so that went way down. Okay, so you have 8 plus 4, so it's 12 now. Okay.
So that was her talent to play an extra action.
Okay, so you have 2 actions to go.
Okay. And then I'm going to play Winter Surprise, play a character modifier from my discard pile as an extra action.
That's what it was. Okay, so now you still have 2 actions.
So I'm just going to put this here to destroy it and then play a character of 3 or less.
Okay.
Mirror.
All right.
3. And then I shuffle this in my deck.
Okay. All right. You technically, I think, still have an action then, because you had 2 actions. Because you had
No.
2 actions. You played one, and then it said play as an extra action.
This
so.
is my action.
Okay. All right. Then you have Lumiere's talent you can do before you. Don't forget.
Discard a card to play an extra character of 3 or less.
Okay.
I even have one. Oh.
Do you have the brooms? Yeah. Okay, so tell them what the brooms do.
Discard this. So when I discard this from my hand, I can actually just play it as an extra character.
And then Lumiere. So you did the enchanted objects effect. Now Lumiere lets you play another character.
No, I'm discarding this because of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it says discard a card to play a character.
Of 3 or less.
So you did that.
Discard.
But now the enchanted comes in, so now you get a
It doesn't matter because I don't have any characters.
All right. You would have gotten a character for this because you hadn't. This was resolving itself.
And yeah.
Then that needed to resolve.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, did we add Lumiere?
Yes.
Okay. So you should have
8,
12, 15, 17. Okay. So we did not. Okay. All right.
17 with just mine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Done?
Done.
Okay, that was a pretty big turn. Okay, so that's going to be hard to come back from, so I might just have to
give up.
Okay, so what I'm going to do So if I throw somebody down, I get 2 points, but that slows me down on this base, but I think it's going to be... Alright, so we'll go here for 2, so go ahead and add 2 for me, please. I'll do his talent, add 1 more. Okay. Then what I'm going to do for my action, place a microbot from your discard into your hand. Okay. So what I'm going to do then for my action, play Escape Pod, move up to 2 of your cards from one base to another base. So I'm just going to move this here because all I want is second place. Yeah. I'm not going to waste a bunch of cards on that.
Can't compete against 17
That
points.
was quite a hit. And then I'm going to use this for here. Now Wreck-It Ralph has play a base modifier as an extra action or destroy. I'll destroy that for his talent. Yeah, there's lots of talents on Wreck-It Ralph's that I got to keep track of.
Yeah.
Well, and the Big Hero 6. Okay, so that makes it a power of 6 here for me, and I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. The only way I can push this over is to put Dr. Finkelstein on it.
Okay. Well, it's only 1 over. It's not the end of the world.
It's not like I want to get rid of one. But I don't have I could move a character modifier from a character to another, but there aren't any out.
Okay, no character modifiers. Okay. All right, so that base is broke. I get 2, which puts me up at a total of 5.
Whoa.
Oops. That's why the little ones keep getting in there. It's me. All right, so I have a total of 5. Let's see where I can put that. Right there. I got 5. How much you got?
I have. I should exchange.
Cash some of them in.
Yeah. I have 6.
6. Okay. All right. So this goes away. This goes away. Move our buddy to the beginning, and now we have the dump. When a base modifier on another base goes to the discard pile, move it to here instead. After this base scores, each player may return one of their base modifier to their owner to their owner's hands. Okay, so if one of these gets discarded, it goes to the dump instead. And that is a 20 level. Okay. All right, so my turn. Look at my discard real quick. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll play Fix It Felix. Place a base modifier from your discard pile into your hand. Talent, place a base modifier here on top of its owner's deck. So what I'm gonna do, well, let's see. Okay, let's do this first then. Let me back that up. So I'm gonna do talent, place a power counter on a character here, on one of your characters. So I'm gonna do that. I did Felix, pull one from my discard, talent, place one of these on top of my deck, so then I can do it again. I'll be able to do it again on my next turn. All right, so that adds, let's see, I got 7 plus 4 is 11 now. Okay, and then my action, I'm just going to go ahead and do this here. It's that one where I could call on people to come move all the characters of here. So, yeah, ideally, if you play them somewhere else and I need their help, I can pull them in, I guess. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm still under the 10 card. Okay.
I used so many of my cards last turn.
Yeah, you're kind of low.
Yeah. I am gonna play Belle. She's worth 5. And she has a thing of Beast with there. I could draw up to 3 cards.
Well, I wonder if it's worth it than holding on to one or the other until you, but yeah, I mean, you could be waiting
I did
a whole lot of
her,
so. You could be waiting for a whole lot of draw cards before
I didn't
you get that
her last time we
before
played,
before the combo comes off. Yeah.
But it's good because I have ever a surprise, so I can shuffle up to 2 characters from my discard pile into my deck. So
okay.
Beast. And
oh, this would be so good with the bear cavalry, where when you move people, they get destroyed.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I mean, there's cards that move factions, but this is just really easy. Move a faction, yeah. Oh, let's see. Okay. Is that your turn? You gonna do? Got any other tricks? Because that was your action in your character.
It says if I discard this special, if I discard a card from my hand, I can play it as an extra action.
Okay.
Oh, if you discard this card from your hand.
Yeah.
No. Well, so I guess
yeah. So looks like the Beauty and the Beast cards are about discarding at certain times to get benefits. And that's why you're able to pull some of them back, because they don't want you to completely waste what you got. Is that it?
I can do a talent. I'll draw a card.
Oh, yeah.
I can draw or discard a card.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to use the base modifier. I'm going to pull Belle over. She can at least help.
Okay.
I'm way ahead of you, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more character, and that would go away. Okay. Let's see. So I just want to look at my talents first. Place a base modifier here on top of its owner's deck. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to just start drawing base modifiers.
Yeah.
I've done that talent. Oh, this was actually, we had this wrong, because this has a base power of 0. Destroy this card if another card or another character here. So that would have happened right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goes away. So this would have been 5 less the whole time.
Yeah.
But now it goes up to that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, there's quite a bit.
I forgot you used to.
Yeah, I would say that this is not a beginner level set. At least these factions.
Yeah.
There's a little bit to think of. Okay, that's not going to really help too much right now. Okay, I'm going to play Baymax for 3. 1, 2, 3. Your characters here are not affected by other players' cards. Special, after this base scores, if this character has any power counters, move another of your characters from here to another base after the base score, so they're not discarded. He's helping out. Okay, and then action time. Let's go ahead and do this that I replayed or brought over. I guess I can put it here. Base modifier, place a 1/1 counter. So I'm going to do it on Baymax so I get his ability. And then talent, place a 1/1 counter on a character here. I guess it doesn't really matter, so I'll add one more. Dang it. All right, that's all right. You would have to have another massive turn, but it would.
Yeah.
I have a lot. I have all of it but 5.
Oh, yeah.
So out of the 21 points, I have all of it but 5 of it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can still draw 2. Okay. I mean, I guess you could play a bunch of characters there, but that'd be way overkill just to win the base.
I'll just do my little enchanted objects.
Okay. You're not gonna do their discard effect.
Nah.
Do you get to discard it at any point?
I guess.
Oh, after you discard this card, so you have to have like Belle's ability.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to tell you how to play it, or do you want to figure it out?
Go ahead. Tell me.
So, because her talent says draw or discard a card,
Yeah.
right? And then what does this say? If this is discarded, play it as an extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could play a character knowing this is going to bust. You could play a character here, use her talent.
Just to get an extra character somewhere else.
Just to get an extra character, a head start somewhere else, yeah?
Sure.
Let's see, how would you do this?
I would...
So you'd use her talent
to discard
a card, which says when this is discarded,
play
that, and then it says,
wait.
Do you get to play it, or do you play that as an extra character?
I would play this character
Play somebody else first.
And then do her talent.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I didn't want to tell you how to play it, but that's a cool little strategy. That way you got a head start on the next base. Okay, so that will break. I'm definitely in the lead on that. So I will get 4. Okay, now this said something, when a base modifier on another base goes to the discard, that didn't happen. After this base scores, okay. On your turn, you may move one of your characters to or from this base, so we didn't do any of that. Okay, so that's all gone away. But I lost some of my biggest characters.
Yeah. Unless you have anything that gets them back. Yeah.
Okay, new base. So I have got up to 9. So I'll probably need 2 more bases. Both of us either need 2 more bases probably. Halloween Town. After this base scores, each player may shuffle. Oh, Baymax had something. He had it. After this base scores, if this character has any power counters, move another of your characters from here to another base. So Wreck-It Ralph had 2 on it. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot on these factions to keep track of. I can make a nice little circle around my... Okay. That scored on your turn, right?
Yes.
So it's my turn. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just kind of competing for single base, but that's kind of how it goes.
It would be lame if we were just
yeah.
on our own.
Well, if we just kept spreading it out, it's kind of hard with 2 players. This game is better with 3 to 4.
Yeah.
You do get a little bit more interaction. Okay, neither of those are going to help. Okay, none of those are going right now. All right, so let's go ahead and do Wasabi for another 3, up to 10. Talent until the end of the turn. This character gains +1 power, or +1 power for each +1 power on it. So until the end of the turn, this gains +1 power. Okay, so that nothing happens right now because he has.
Yeah.
So I can't give him any.
But you can choose.
I can choose him up to 4 if I needed to break the base by 1. Or +1. Okay, so there's my character actions. Let's go ahead and do team effort. Choose a base. Draw a card for each of your characters there with power counters. So I'm just going to draw 1. Not the best, but 5, 6, 7, 8. I could only draw 2 more anyways. Okay. All right. Your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna. I only have 1 character in it. It's my enchanted objects. Just play that for 2. I won't do its discard.
Don't do it special, okay?
Because I can't discard it actually.
Okay.
And then I'll do Sally's talent to play a character modifier as an extra action.
Okay, so you got 2 actions to play.
And I'll put the monster garland on her. So she has +3.
By the way, you can just flip over the 5. You didn't need to. You need to sift
Oh,
through the
okay.
5s to.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my extra.
Yeah, so you have one more, yeah.
I'll put.
Oh, so you added. Did we already do this?
already added
Okay.
it, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't add 3 for that. And then as my first action, I'll just put Gaston here.
Yeah, that's weird that he's in action.
From 25 to 30. Increase the breakpoint by 5.
All right. Actually, this guy's over here, 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can discard 2 cards to destroy him.
Right.
If you want.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I'm not going to compete over a base that's at 25. Unless I really need those 5 points, I guess. Okay. All right, so I'm going to play Honey Lemon for 3. 1, 2, 3. Talent, destroy a base or character modifier. So that just takes that 3 off, right?
Yeah.
So we just 2, 3. Wait, check my math. 3, 7 is 10, 13 for me.
13 plus 6.
How did I get that far off? We must have missed some character somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We must have missed somebody somewhere.
Oops.
Yeah, I thought maybe we did. It said, or if this character has any power counters, you may play in an extra action instead. Okay, so that was my character. I don't have any counters on her. Okay, so I'm going to use Wasabi's talent until the end of the turn. This character gains +1.
I was going to play a good card.
Well, too bad. All right, so this will break. Actually, yeah, we hit exactly. So that being said,
I'm going to.
nope, I don't want to do any of those. Okay, so I get another 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to do because I don't want to count that in my head. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me a 5 counter. All right, so I am at 13. So the next base for me could take it. What are you at, 10? So you're,
Yeah.
well, that could do it there. So 1 base for me, or the next 2 for you. So, all right, Pride Rock. After the space scores, we'll worry about that. Did this have anything? After the space scores, each player may return one of their base modifier. I don't think I had a base modifier. No, I did not.
Base
Did
modifier for my what?
From here, you can put it back to your hand.
I only have 2 cards, so.
Yeah, you had 2 characters. 1, 2, 3,
I didn't get
4,
rid of
6,
my
7, 8,
monster
9. I can only draw 1. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, so many.
So you shot yourself in the foot by putting that there.
Man.
I guess you could get rid of 2 of your cards and get rid of it.
I could.
Or you got to win these 2. Actually, no. Even if I come in second place, I'll hit 15.
Yeah.
So you have
I
to
kinda
you have to win that base, yeah.
Okay. Whatever. And then we have 1 character again. Easily.
You're just gonna let us go all the way to 30?
Yeah.
Okay. See how.
I can't afford to lose any of my cards.
Okay.
Or that was for my character.
Yeah, you have an action.
Action. Sure. I was gonna play this on Sally, my zombie duck toy.
Ooh.
When this base scores, you control this character, you gain 1 VP more. Otherwise, its controller gains 1 VP less.
Oh, that would have been a good play. Because we could, let's see. So if you get this, you hit 15. I would hit second, 13.
We would tie. Well, you had a 1.
I would have 1 point, except for that.
You would.
So you have to win this, and that has to hopefully still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you do that, yeah, I'll only get 2 points. You'll get 6. So I can't do the math, but that'll either tie us or
No.
you win. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, that's it.
you've only got a 2-point head start. So, all right. So what can I do? All right. So let's see if I can. All right, because I can every turn buff these guys up technically. So that's a 3-point. You've got 2 points or 5. Because every turn I can place one of those on them. I will discard 2 cards to get rid of Gaston.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Those 2 base modifiers. It's 2 actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 2 cards.
Okay. Oh, 2 cards?
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Oh. Well, I got a crap load of characters, to be honest, but
Give some alone to
No.
me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this King Candy. Base modifier, you may move this card to another base. Choose a character at this card's base. Till the start of that turn, the ability, it's pretty complicated.
Mm.
And then I had another escape pod, but I'd rather get rid of them, to be honest, to bump that down. Okay.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Alright. So I'm going to do Discover the Library, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Ooh. Discard
Yeah,
that.
we've both played our massive 5.
Well, not yet.
Oh. Oh, no, you have Jack Skellington. Hasn't come out yet. Yeah, you're right. I played Wreck-It Ralph, and I don't know who the big 5 character is. Maybe there's not one in Big Hero 6.
So that was my action,
Okay.
and then as my character,
So what did you do? I'm sorry.
I drew 2 cards to discard 1.
Okay.
And then, well, here he comes, Jack.
Okay. All right. That was a big plus.
And I can place a character modifier from my discard pile into my hand.
Hmm.
I know what I'm getting.
I know what I would do if it was you. Which one'd you get?
The Monster Garland.
Yep.
Put in my hand.
Okay. And you haven't played in action, so.
I did. That was
Oh,
mine.
that was the action, right? Sorry. You don't get it a second action from that?
No.
That seems like a perfect second action opportunity.
Well, it says after you discard this card from your hand, you may play it as an extra action.
Because you've. Yeah, so you can play it.
But I
Draw
didn't
2.
discard that card as my discard.
Oh, you used it to draw 2 cards?
Yeah.
And then
And
discard.
then I discard a different card. I mean, I could.
Well, no, it's a 2 for draw 2 cards, then discard this card. Special. After you discard this card from your hand, you may play it. Oh, I think if that was like Belle that says discard a card.
Well, I discarded this card, so.
To get that? Okay, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, so you discarded that to be able to draw 2 cards.
I forgot. I didn't read the rest of this because I'm gonna discard this
Okay.
instead of that. So then I can play it as an extra action. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so what did you have in your hand? That one?
Yes.
Okay. So that one says special. Discard this card.
After you discard this card from your hand, you may play it as an extra action.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay. That's confusing.
What is it called? Search the library?
Discover the library.
Apparently it's not in here because it thinks it's...
Easy.
Okay, let me see it real quick. So this was in your hand.
Yes.
Okay, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Special. After you discard this card from your hand, you may play it as an extra action.
What is it?
I think it means the one that you...
The one that I drew?
Well, you don't know if you're
Yeah.
drawing an action. Because to me that means an infinite loop.
Yeah, because I didn't draw any actions from that. I drew 2 characters.
Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. special after you discard this card, which I would say is the discarding effect
Yeah.
from this. Makes it special. From your hand, you may play it as an extra action, but then you just keep doing that, drawing 2 cards, that seems to me.
Yeah.
So, okay, I might have to look that up. Maybe something on the internet. There's an
That
FAQ
doesn't make sense.
because it's not in the book here. So I would say let's just for now go ahead and play extra action.
Okay, sure.
Maybe that's a type. It could be a typo.
So I'm gonna play.
Because otherwise that becomes an infinite loop.
Yeah. So I'll play the monster card that I drew
Okay.
for his ability.
Okay. So +3.
+3, yeah.
2, 3. Okay.
And it says, and his ongoing. After you play a character modifier, you may place a +1 power counter on a character or draw a card.
Okay.
I'll just do +1.
And that went way ahead.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know how I'm going to do this. All right. First off, I'm going to talent this guy, bump up 1. I guess I just need to play. The biggest cards I've got. So let's go ahead with Sergeant Calhoun for another 3. 2, 3. Talent, if you have a base modifier here, your other characters currently here gain +1 until the end of the turn, which I do not, unfortunately. Action card. That will not help me this turn. Dang it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I can still only draw 2. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I can have more than one character modifier on it.
I haven't heard anything about limitations. Yeah.
So, play the ghostly presence to put this on Jack, but then to immediately destroy it to play a character of power 3 or less.
Okay.
And then I'll do Cogsworth.
Is that as an extra?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put him down here since we're off camera. Even
Yeah.
though it doesn't go to that base, we're not probably going to the other bases.
Yeah.
Or you can place it down here. We've got plenty of room. So that's an extra minion
Yes.
or character.
So that was I only did an action.
Okay, yeah.
And then his talent, discard a card to play an extra action.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Oh, so we need to go 1, 2,
I
3.
think I did.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
well, we haven't been. Okay, so Jack is 8, 9, 10, 11,
12,
13, 14. Okay, 14. Sergeant is 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I shouldn't have done it. It was already 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay. So then I discarded this to play an extra action
Okay.
to be the Provincial Town to play a character of 3 or less.
Dang it.
Just put these over
I
here.
can do a lot of counters, but I can't add characters obviously fast.
I'll do spots and chip.
Okay.
3. And then I may discard a card to place a +1 power counter on it.
Okay. So we're 1 off.
And then I'll play 0. And he has
Oh, that's the dog zero.
+3 power if I have modifiers, which I do.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm able to add lots of counters, but I can't add
That many characters.
make characters. So if it wouldn't have been for that, I would have done upgrades, place up to 2 power counters, play an extra action, which would have let me do this one, control the swarm, place 1 power counter on each of the characters. Doesn't have one. I probably would have played the bot first
We should make sure I like actually won because
Yeah.
I have this.
Okay. All right.
So I get the 5.
Oh, okay.
And because I get 1 more.
Okay.
And then you would have gotten.
But I get 1 less.
I think you only get 1 less if I put this on yours.
Okay.
That's what it says.
Let's see. If you control this character, you gain 1 more VP. Otherwise, it's control. Yeah. So I don't get 1 less, but you get 1 more.
And then you get 3.
So I get 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So there's my 3. Turn these in. 2, 3.
We tied.
So we're tied. Okay. So we go 1 more then.
Okay. Great.
I believe so. I don't know if we've ever had a tie.
Yeah.
If players are tied on a base, well, I know if you're tied, you both get.
Yeah.
You both get that.
If we're tied for the
Did
win.
we just assume? Well, we assumed you definitely had a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. If there is a tie for the most, everyone keeps playing until there is no tie. So let's play another.
Okay.
We can play another base.
No, I only have 2
Okay.
cards since I used all of
But
them.
you get to shuffle. That's the nice thing about Smash Up.
Well,
You only have 2 to play.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said you only had 2 left. All right, so basically the next one, 22 points. Jungle Paradise. Once per turn after you play a character here, you may place a power counter on it. If you have a character of power 4 or more in your discard. So that's pretty much.
I'm just gonna go for the.
So you had no cards?
Yeah, I just drew the 2.
Okay, you drew the 2. Okay. All right, so let's see if I can get a head start. 2 talent, place 1 here, place 1 for my discard into hand. This really, I think, if they wanted to be a microbot swarm, it should have been maybe not from your discard or play it from your discard. To me, putting it into your hand is not a swarm.
Yeah.
Other than I could play 1 every turn, I guess. But it doesn't seem to do much unless it's considered an extra.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done that. So 3. Let's see if I can get a head start here. Place a total of up to 2 power counters on your character. So just add 2 more. So he is a 5. Play an extra action.
Oh,
Okay.
I think after I had something that said. 0. I can put this into my hand after the base score.
You had a bunch of modifiers. You can shuffle any number of modifiers on the characters that you had into your deck.
I would have been able to play 0 on another base after
Okay.
that scored.
Okay,
that
and
would
then
be.
so you would have do his effects first then.
But he's still 0 because I don't have any modifiers
Okay.
on the base.
So you had like 2 modifiers. You can shuffle them into your deck.
Any number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well. Oh yeah. Oh no, I think it has to be on those characters you just had, not from your total discard.
Yeah. I think I
Any number on the characters that you had. Yeah, because it doesn't say from your discard pile. It just says on characters here. Yeah, into their own deck. Okay, so I did that. I played 1 action. I do have an extra action. I just looked at the one that I have. Or one of the actions. All right, you know what? Just to clear out my hand, I'm going to play this. Choose a base. Each of your characters currently there with power counters get +2 till the end of the turn.
Just because.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, otherwise I would have only been able to draw 1 card. Okay, all right, you're up.
All right.
So you have to have a modifier on him
Yeah.
to.
But I'll play the Enchanted Objects for 2. And then I'll put the Sandy Claus costume on it.
Okay.
So this character has +1 power for each character modifier I control.
Okay. So we need to add. I didn't add the. Did you add? No, you did not. Yes. So 7 + 1. Okay. Yeah.
And then 0.
0
becomes
gets
3 more.
1, 2, 3. So it's a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and mark it as a 3 then. Because as soon as somebody gets a modifier.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Draw your 2 measly cards.
Yeah.
All right, first off, I'm going to
How
talent
many of these things do I own?
this guy up 1 before I forget.
Two.
Okay, let's gonna do. I'm gonna wreck it. Reduce this base by
I
3.
only have 6 enchanting objects.
Really?
Enchanted objects in my deck, yeah.
So, but you've had nothing to combo it off.
Yeah.
Okay, this base's abilities cancel to the end of your next turn, which will not happen because it's a base scoring. So I have not played a character. All right, I think I'm going to do this. So 2, 2, and then I'm going to add 1 power counter to it, and then place one of these to my hand. Okay, it's going to be close, I think. Depends on which character you may or may not have.
Well, I'm gonna put that down, so that's gonna
Break.
And then I get to see if I can add any more to my. Because I can.
Power.
Yeah. Draw a character modifier. And put the rest.
Okay.
If I can actually play it, I don't know. Yes! I didn't even see it was the garland.
Oh. Okay, so another +3. It doesn't matter, it's broke, yeah. It's broke, but that could upset the balance. Yeah, gosh, that's pretty powerful. +3 modifier, and then is there only one, and it keep? But that's
if I
when
put
you.
It on one of yours, it's a -2.
Yeah, I don't know why you would.
I think I have another one. I think.
Or is that the one you probably shuffled back in?
I think.
Oh, okay, so that definitely ends the base. So my power is 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power.
Yeah, 6 +5, 11.
Oh, I was thinking 3. I'm like, oh, we have a tie again, but no, you have 11, so you beat me out there. Okay, there you go.
I win?
You win it, yep.
Yay.
Yeah, just because you were able to, those.
I think this combination is like super OP. Just, I don't know, the Night Before Christmas deck.
So there's a lot of character modifiers for
Yeah.
that. I'm dealing with counters, which can buff my characters, but it wasn't as fast as the extra stuff you were able to do with
I have
that.
2 garlands in my deck.
All right, so what was that one? Discover, so I can
Discover
look it
the
up when we're
library.
done.
Discover the library.
Just leave it out for a minute, and I'll look it up when we're done here. All right, well, I'm pretty pleased with that. Like I said, my main concern about not getting it at first was that, again, with all the factions that Smash Up has, that there'd just be the same things, because a lot of them were getting very samey. The Marvel one was, it was good, but it was kind of samey as a lot, just with Marvel stuff. It was a lot of, like the Hydra kept playing, you could replay characters 2 or less. That's why I think the Swarm bot, maybe they purposely did it a little bit differently. I mean, it says place 1 from your discard pile of your hand, and every turn you can give a counter, and you could technically guarantees that you could play one, I guess, but I think they've done a good job. So we've only played these 2 or 4 factions, so maybe next time we'll play the other 4.
Yeah.
So there was what? Mulan, Aladdin, Frozen,
Lion King.
and the Lion King are the other 4 to try out, and see. Yeah, those worked pretty good. Obviously, the discarding with yours, did that mash up? Didn't seem to really mash up technically with Nightmare though, right?
I mean,
They kind of worked in their own, like they should,
I feel like
but they didn't really complement each other necessarily. Do you think?
not really, but I think it just worked out well, just because Nightmare Before Christmas is just a really good.
It seemed pretty good with the modifiers,
and just
and
being
then
able to draw things again with the Beauty and the Beast just made it really good.
Yeah, and then just this, you just have to kind of look at how or when you want to add counters with. That's about all that. These 2 just happen to be, both factions deal with counters a lot, so, and it's a little bit of when you play it. You have to have a little bit of strategy of when you do it, like a couple of those that I did, but overall I'm pretty pleased with that, especially since we ended up getting the game for free since Amazon smashed the crap out of the box. They gave us the game for free or gave us a refund, so that even better. But hopefully that gives you a little idea with those. If you're questioning whether the Disney faction, I mean, I didn't really care too much about the Disney. You really wanted it for the.
Yeah, I wanted it for these two factions.
She wanted the Disney factions themselves, and I don't really care too much what the faction is. Just the gameplay for me is more important. But I'm pretty pleased with that. We'll try the next 4 and see how those work, and then maybe we can mix some of them up and go from there. But all right, hopefully again that gives you an idea of whether this might be something you guys might want to do, even if we made a bunch of mistakes. The hardest part, is this one, just lots of talents. I have to really just read every card every time just to make sure I get all that. And there's a little, some of your discarding could be a little bit with just some timing and just, if you discard this, does that count as discarding a card and so forth like that. And again, as long as we play it consistently and we agree, it's not the end of the world if it's not 100% correct. But that was pretty cool though, with the tie, that one card you had made the tie work. And then just you had the ability in this case to, even though I could bump up with counters, you had the ability to play extra characters which were a little bit stronger than 1 or 2 counters per turn. So very cool. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Okay, so after looking this a little bit more, I kind of feel dumb, to be honest. So here's what I'm pretty sure is the correct way to do this. If I just play this in action, it says draw 2 cards, then discard a card. This card goes to the discard pile. I draw my 2 cards, then discard a card from my hand. However, if I have another card, especially in the Beauty and the Beast set, like this card here, it says then I can discard a card to draw a card. So if I use that and I have the library card in my hand, I can use the card text from before to discard a card. I discover the library, then I get its ability as an extra action. Or like here you can see Belle's card. Then if I use Belle as the ability to discard a card, I discard discover the library, and then I get the ability from there. So this way I can play it straight out, just draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Or ideally you hold this in your hand until you have something like Belle or another card that forces you to discard a card, then you get the special ability on that. Hopefully that's correct. Hopefully that clarifies it. Thanks again for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.